Hello and welcome. Welcome to, I think it must be, is it week 2 or 3? I don't know, of the how to cultivate the mindset of checking in on how full your cup is, because of course you cannot pour from an empty cup. I'm really quite excited about this series. I really do believe that it's so important to really start checking in on ourselves and really implementing some strategies on a daily basis to really make sure we're keeping our reserves full. Now, just remember, this doesn't necessarily mean that we have to carve out huge chunks in our day and that we need to set aside hours or days or weeks even to go on a holiday, let's say, just to rejuvenate. This is important. What's more important is really taking the time to do it on a daily basis and to keep those reserves at a decent level. I think we can fall into the trap of sometimes saying, I'll be fine, I'm just going to keep pushing through. I've got a holiday scheduled for after Easter. I'm just going to keep pushing through to the next sort of holidays. I'll be okay. The problem with that is by the time we get to those holidays, we don't enjoy them because we're just so stressed and so overwhelmed and so depleted that we really find it hard to enjoy it or feel rejuvenated from that holiday. So just try and think about how you can add or take a few moments in each day to really implement some of these tips that we're talking about. Some of them are going to suit you, some of them are not going to be for you, and that's completely fine. Everyone's different. Everyone does rest and recovery differently. It's just about making the time and finding what works for you. So today I thought I'd talk to you a little bit around really learning or thinking about what are your energy in activities and your energy out activities. So what I mean by energy in is they are activities that we do that obviously help us feel like we have more energy. So these activities are things like breathing, yoga, stretching, mindfulness, meditation, some light walking perhaps, or some sort of very light to moderate exercise. Perhaps it's even things like getting outside, doing some gardening and things like that. So they're energy in. Energy out activities are activities that we do that obviously lead us to expand a lot of energy. So these are things like high intensity running, gym work, weights. They're also things like anxiety, stress, and depression. So anxiety and stress in particular are activities that we engage in really that expend a lot of energy. So I just want you to start thinking about this because it's really important to make sure we're getting a good balance between energy in and energy out activities. So I have a little diagram I want to show you here. First of all, though, I do need to flip you around because otherwise it will be back to front. Let me just, there we go. Okay, so here we have, if you imagine your life as this circle, and really your goal is to have a good balance between your energy in and your energy out. So as you can see, energy in are things like breathing, yoga, stretching, mindfulness, walking, connecting with nature, nourishment, so eating well. And energy out are things like running, weight training, high intensity cardio, exercise, stress, anxiety, worry, and depression. Now, that is not necessarily to say that things like running are a bad thing, okay? So often people, I'm just going to flip you back now, often people find high intensity cardio work like running or weights, things like that as a very good way to manage stress. And I would definitely advocate for that. I'm certainly not saying that you shouldn't engage in those behaviors to manage stress and anxiety. I think they're a fabulous way. But what I would say is to be mindful of, are you only hanging out in one side of that circle? Are you only engaging in energy out activities? Because what that can lead to is a bit of depletion and a lack of balance. So it's fine to be using, gym and cardio and running or whatever else that, or even quite fast walking to manage stress and anxiety, that's fabulous. But I would encourage you to also make sure you're trying to get a little bit of balance and having some energy in practices. Even if that means taking 10 deep breaths or learning to breathe effectively, which I will talk about in our next vlog. Even if it means, going for a mindful walk or just getting outside, getting amongst nature, having some really nourishing meals and food, and taking the time to sit and eat and chew without any external sort of distractions, that is fantastic. So really work on thinking about, are you balancing out your energy in and your energy out? It's fantastic to use energy out activities to manage stress and anxiety, but stress and anxiety are energy out activities within themselves. So do make sure you are trying to start to practice some energy in activities and really achieve a really lovely balance between energy in, energy out. It's a fantastic way to make sure that you are, one, checking in with yourself and cultivating that habit of checking in with yourself, but also implementing some skills that will really help to keep those reserves at a nice level. It prevents exhaustion, it prevents burnout, and prevents fatigue. I hope you found that helpful. I will post that diagram when I can figure out how to convert it into an image that I can post on Facebook. I will pop that in there with a bit of a written information as well. So that is it for me today. Please do like or love if you are enjoying this series as much as I am. If you have any suggestions on what works for you, I'd love to hear it. Please do pop it in the comment section below. It's great to always have some new ideas around what it is that we can work on that really helps to check in with ourselves and to really rest and recover. That is it for me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. And by the way, I didn't introduce myself. I'm sure you all know me by now, but my name is Melissa. I am the principal psychologist and the director at Thriving Mind Psychology Clinic. I do hope that you're all having a fabulous day, and I look forward to my next blog article, post / vlog on my next tip on how to make sure you have good reserves, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Bye for now.